25 years, some of the world's best athletes, entertainment luminaries, and the greatest bowlers in the world have joined together on ESPN for NBA superstar Chris Paul's charity bowling tournament. Today we'll look back at some of the biggest thrills, spills, and chills from the most popular charity bowling event in the world. He may be an NBA All-Star, but make no mistake, Chris Paul loves bowling.
To tell you the truth, when I travel on the road during the NBA season, there may be more fans of the fact that I'm so into bowling than the fact that I play basketball.
So how did this event get started?
Before Chris Paul's rookie season in the NBA, I was introduced to him because a mutual friend knew that Chris was really into bowling. And Chris was also starting his foundation. So we wanted to put together a charity event that involved bowling.
You know, we just wanted to do something different, you know, because everyone was having, you know, basketball games and golf events and things like that. And I wanted to bowl. So the first time we did it was in my hometown, and had a few of my friends that actually came down and participated, which was amazing. Anytime you can get other NBA guys and people that want to have fun doing something like bowling, but also doing it for a great cause, really brings people together.
The first ball ever thrown in the competition was a memorable strike by Miami Heat superstar Dwayne Wade.
Nice start! Listen, it's D-Wade. You can say whatever you want. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. All I see is 10 in the pit. Oh, and the sneer to boot. Oh, I love it!
Oklahoma City Thunder forward Kevin Durant got in on the action too, helping his PBA professional partner Mitch Beasley win the opening two matches.
PBA Rookie of the Year. Getting right to it. How about another one? Yeah! You know, you thought these guys would be nervous coming in.
But the big star of the opening year's edition was LeBron James, who, to the delight of the crowd, brought his pregame basketball ritual out to the bowling lanes.
Yeah! Best use of chalk. Your winner, LeBron James.
He just gets the crowd going, you know, and every time he did anything remotely good on the lanes, I mean, they just eat him up. I mean, they just loved it, you know, and he does have that King James persona. I mean, he really does.
After taking out Durant and Beasley, LeBron and partner Jason Couch moved on to face Chris Paul and Chris Barnes for the right to take home the event's beautiful trophy.
I'll never forget when I seen the trophy for the first time. I was amazed because I was like, man, somebody really put some time into this, and it's cool. It's the coolest thing ever.
The match was close all the way through, and LeBron stepped up in the ninth frame with a chance to help close out the win.
There's some magic in that guy in there.
Jason Couch finished the match with a couple of clutch strikes to give the trophy and bragging rights to King James.
I think what made me mad is, like, Bron is like my brother, and we're both very, very competitive. And he doesn't even bowl like that, you know what I mean? And I think that's what set me off, is that the fact that he won, and he still talks about it to this day.
He's intensely competitive, and he hates to lose. And I mean, it's common among a lot of athletes, and he does a better job of hiding it than most, but he was not a happy camper that we lost that match.
We had a lot of fun that first year, and it's crazy because every now and then me and my wife will look back at some of the pictures from it. And it's crazy to see how different we looked then, but I'm always so grateful for those guys coming out, and it's something I'll never forget.
Coming up next, a couple of Pro Bowlers. Well, NFL Pro Bowlers show us new ways to celebrate strikes, football style. Plus, some of the biggest stars of the music world see if they can make beautiful music out on the lanes. And we'll also find out if tournament host Chris Paul could take home his event's classic trophy for the first time. Two of Chris Paul's PBA charity bowling event moved to Riverboat Lanes on the Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base in New Orleans. That year's event also saw CP3 pair up with a new partner from the PBA Tour, a young two-handed bowling superstar from Australia named Jason Belmonte.
When they told me I was with Chris Paul, I'm like, oh boy, I better bowl good.
I think the coolest thing was the way he bowled. You know, and I had seen him on TV and stuff like that before, and then when I realized we was going to be partners, he threw nothing but strikes.
Football greats Hines Ward, Lamar Woodley, and Jack Del Rio also joined the fun for that year's event, with Ward showing the world new ways to coax the pins down and celebrate strikes and spares. All-pro lineman Lamar Woodley paired up with PBA legend Norm Duke to form one of the most interesting and formidable teams in the event's history. But the sturdy Woodley nearly ended his team's chances when he attempted to motivate his partner with a gentle tap of encouragement.
Lamar would come up, give me a little pat on the Rapacostas, and would lift me up off the ground because he's got a hand. It's got to be that big. I mean, it's the heaviest hand I've ever seen, and he would just pop me like that.
In spite of the horseplay, Duke and Woodley made it to the finals to bowl against Chris Paul and Jason Belmonte, and the final match was close throughout.
Chris Paul to start us off, teaming up with Jason Belmonte. Paul, that looks good! Yeah! Some open rooting and standing up and cheering from Ludacris here. I love it.
Trying to give his team the advantage, Chris Paul stepped up for a huge shot in the 7th frame. In the final frame, Jason Belmonte needed 2 strikes and 8 pins to take home the trophy. The following year, the event returned to the Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base in New Orleans, but this time with some of the biggest stars from the recording industry taking to the lanes. Hip-hop singer, songwriter, and entrepreneur Nelly turned out to be perhaps the best celebrity bowler in the history of the event. Sit!
Nelly is definitely one of, out of everybody that's ever been in the bowling event, Nelly and probably T.O., probably two of the best.
After rolling 5 straight strikes in the pre-event clash round, Nelly teamed up with PBA great and fellow St. Louis native Pete Weber to roll a near-perfect 280 game in the opening match.
They're dialed in. Look at his face right now. No, he's not enjoying this at all.
Grammy-winning rap artist Lil Wayne surprised Nelly and everyone else in the crowd with a number of strikes to vault he and his partner Norm Duke into the finals against CP3 and Belmonte.
Come on now, yeah! Hippo!
Going for back-to-back wins, Chris Paul rolled nothing but spares and strikes to lead his team to another victory.
Oh yeah! Uh-oh to oh yeah, that quick. Yes, sir.
This time, it was Belmonte's turn to take care of the celebratory post-match lane dive.
Oh, here we go! Elbow. Oh! It's a hard landing.
I've seen the replay, and I think I tried to high jump something. Like I launched myself. On second thoughts, I probably should have just slid down, because that didn't tickle.
When we come back, CP3 heads to Los Angeles and lands an A-list cast of celebrities for the next 2 editions of his charity PBA bowling tournament. Could he fend off new NBA teammate Blake Griffin to hold on to bowling bragging rights? With Chris Paul moving out to LA to become a Clipper, his charity bowling tournament moved with him, attracting some big-time Hollywood stars to the event. That year's tournament kicked off with another super shootout and a strike by Michael Strahan. But he was quickly upstaged by model actress Sierra, the first woman ever to compete in the event. The shootout came down to CP3 and Grey's Anatomy star Jesse Williams, with both throwing strikes to force a mano-a-mano duel.
Fourth quarter. Win. Hey, attaboy.
In the next round, CP3 left the door open just a crack for Williams. In the main event, the 4 teams were each made up of 1 celebrity, 1 athlete, and 1 pro bowler, with the winner of the first 2 matches moving on to the final. In the opening match, CP3 teamed up with Kevin Hart and Jason Belmonte and took on Michael Strahan, Sierra, and PBA pro Ryan Schaefer. In the second match, Chris Paul's Clippers teammate Blake Griffin teamed up with Pete Weber and Entourage star Jerry Ferrara to take on Jesse Williams, NFL star running back Reggie Bush, and former PBA Player of the Year Wes Malott.
Well, bowling with Blake, it was kind of different, awesome at the same time. You know, you get to bowl with Blake Griffin, man. You see him every day on SportsCenter slamming the ball, and then you meet him in person, and he's just such the gentlest man you ever want to meet. When I gave 5, he was very gentle with the 5, so he didn't hurt me or anything. But, man, what an honor it was to bowl with him. They were egging me on to do it, so, you know, I hadn't done that in a long, long time. To get up there and do it and actually throw it rather good, too. I was very happy with that.
In the final, the basketball teammates became bowling adversaries, with CP3's team taking on Blake Griffin's for the trophy.
So, Blake, do you think if you take the win tonight that Chris is going to give you a hard time the next time you guys are on the court?
He might, but if he does, you know, I'll have to talk to Coach about it, and we'll get that straightened out internally, so don't worry about it.
Do you think you're going to take the win?
Oh, of course. Of course.
Now, Chris, he seems very confident, but how important is it for you to take home that trophy?
If he ever wants to basketball again on the court with me, he knows what to do.
CP3 had the advantage early.
There you go, Chris. Get in there. Get in that pocket. Here we go.
Yeah. But this exchange between Kevin Hart and Jerry Ferrara turned the tide in Team Griffin's favor.
The pressure will be on you, son. It will be on you, son.
Let him go. That's huge. Team at 1. Oh, yeah! Jerry answers. What the hell?
Blake had a chance to virtually put the match away when he stepped up in the 9th frame.
Oh, that's it! That's right. We put a hurting on him now.
You know what's going to happen now. Chris Paul's not going to invite him next year.
After Belmonte struck out in the 10th, bowling great Pete Weber needed a spare or a strike to win the match for Team Griffin.
Losing to Braun was bad, but losing to Blake and having to hear it for the rest of the season was terrible.
After the break, the next edition of Chris Paul's Charity Bowling Tournament showcases the all-new PBA League. And we'll find out if Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker Lamar Woodley would use TV host Chris Hardwick as a bowling ball. When Chris Paul got together with the PBA to put on his charity bowling event in 2008, no one knew just how big the event would eventually become. The success of the event helped lead to the founding of the PBA League in 2012. And the annual charity bowling event morphed into an all-star showcase featuring a new group of athletes and celebrities teaming up with some of the world's best bowlers from the PBA Tour. In the opening match of the 2013 event, football great Terrell Owens showed off his bowling skills in teaming with PBA legend Norm Duke. And NBA analyst Jalen Rose exhibited maybe the most unique spare shooting style in the event's history.
He's already walking away. He's made the punt. Come back. Oh!
But the team that took the opening match was made up of a pair of Chris's, with TV host Chris Hardwick teaming up with Chris Barnes to advance to the final round.
Billy Hardwick counts from the strike. Never a doubt.
The second match kicked off with defending celebrity champion Blake Griffin throwing a spectacular strike.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! That took longer than a Jalen Rose spear ball.
But that match would ultimately become a hilarious duel between the event host and funny man Kevin Hart.
He'll take a seat after the next strike. Look out. Look out. Kevin Hart picking up his trash talk.
CP3 would throw 4 consecutive strikes during the match, but in the 10th, he would finally miss to allow Kevin Hart and Bill O'Neill into the final.
I mean, what? What happened?
Before the championship was decided, the celebrities again took part in a super shootout, and things got interesting when Chris Hardwick, who got 6 pins on his turn, needed Lamar Woodley to get less than that in order to stay alive.
So there!
But the shootout would eventually come down to CP3 and actor and star of The Blind Side, Quentin Aaron.
You're gonna get a strike, watch.
Quentin just came. He came, and so we put him into the event, and he won. So that won't happen again.
The final match, for the first time in the event's history, did not feature the tournament host, but it did feature a lot of strikes. As you would expect, Kevin Hart's strikes were accompanied by more hilarious antics.
You're a champion, Kevin.
Be a champion.
He's gone.
In the final frame, Chris Barnes needed 2 strikes and 8 pins and decided to try Hart's unique pre-ball ritual to help his team's chances.
Look at this. He's whipping his ball and see if he can
Be a champion, Kevin.
Yes! Chris Barnes can.
I know how this works now. I didn't know. All right, here we go. You're a champion, Kevin. You were close to being a champion, Kevin.
He's bringing the needle down. 8 pins for the win.
The combination of Chris Paul and the PBA has become one of the most entertaining traditions in the sport of bowling. As one of the most recognizable athletes in the world, Chris Paul has helped shine the spotlight on the PBA and America's most popular participatory sport, while also giving back to his community through his foundation.
People that want to have fun doing something like bowling, but also doing it for a great cause, really brings people together.